I'm Sharice Nicole with CNikky.
And you're watching CNikky.com.
Browning, and you're watching CNikky.com.
And you're watching CNikky.com.
And you're watching CNikky.com.
Right.
Listen, you're watching CNikky.com.
And you are watching CNikky.com. See ya. Y'all see CNikky.
I'm Sharice Nicole with CNikky.com, and I am here to sip some sweet tea with the ladies from the Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, I'm Sharice Nicole, and these lovely ladies, I'm sure you guys are excited to see them every Sunday night on Bravo. I'm talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac, the new fresh franchise. Yes, the gorgeous franchise is what we're calling it. I'm just rubbing on them so I can get a little bit of what they got. Okay, these ladies are absolutely stunning. Has to be the most beautiful cast of Real Housewives that they've ever had in any of the franchises. It's the truth, though. The most beautiful cast. It is true. I mean, it's not often that people can watch on mute and just. But
Hopefully we bring the men in, you know. I mean, hopefully the men want to watch and tune in.
I love it. Look, your sayings I think are gonna be like trending this season. Okay, what was the first one? If they come for me, they usually can't find me.
Absolutely. You know, and that was so original and organic. You know, people come for me all the time. They just can't find me. You know, and I was speaking from the soul. You know, that's just life, though. Challenges. You know, I rise to the occasion and I own it.
What's the secret to a good read though? Because you look like you are prepared.
You know, again, if you have to fake it, it doesn't work. Everything you get from me this season is me now, and it's real.
So who are we getting along with this season? Who are we not getting along with?
You know what? We are wonderful. We're six powerfully dynamic women. We have huge personalities. I get along with everybody, but I get a little heated, but I use my words to calm it down and take it to a good place where we can agree to disagree and move on. Life is too short. I don't have time to sweat small stuff.
I agree. Well, I'm wondering how I can get in the circle. I mean, what does it take to get into the Potomac circle?
You know, honestly, I would say, you know, it's open to everyone who really, really wants to lead a very happy, you know, well-cultured, intelligent, I got to say driven life.
Okay, first of all, we got to talk about the crab situation. What?
Boil over.
Crab boil over. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, we see that Miss Giselle came over to help, and you got a little mad at Miss Giselle. She was helping you out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's all I get. It just. You didn't look. Did you look back at it and say maybe I was a little harsh on her?
No.
No.
No, I guess I got a little in my feelings. And in hindsight, yeah, I was in my feelings.
You were in your feelings.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I think for me it was more, not so much, it was like the whole thing with the coming up in the room and the slamming the stuff in my house, the cabinets and all that. And, you know, I take pride in my home.
Well, you should. It's a gorgeous home.
Spent a lot of money for that house.
Yes.
That mortgage is high. You know what I'm saying?
You seem like kind of like the glue that puts this cast together. Like that's kind of the vibe that I got. Is that how you see yourself?
Well, I can't take that title. I can say that Sharice, who you haven't sat down with yet, we consider to be the glue because she and Robin were first friends, and then I met her, and then I met Robin through her, and I kind of introduced her to Karen. So she's kind of like the glue.
Okay.
Yes, I would be something else.
Oh, okay. and what would that be?
I don't know. I'll let you find out later. Yes.
Well, is that something else to help? Because Sharice was making you cook them crabs, girl.
No, I would not be the help. And that there was the problem.
Okay.
But I will always be helpful, especially to my girlfriends. I mean, I definitely want to help out when I can. And I do know how to cook crabs. So that's why I offered. but that's where it ends. Right there.
Yeah,
Yes.
that kind of went south. Speaking of going south.
Yes, it did.
And then I think that you should come out with an etiquette book. Since you are teaching everyone this season about the etiquette.
You gotta that's in the works. But you know what? Along with that humor I shared this season, it's proper etiquette when? Question mark. There are a lot of etiquette books out there. I think my book, again, which is in the works, is proper etiquette question mark when. Every now and then a girl got to pop off when she got to pop off. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's in any other etiquette book. I don't think.
That's why I have to write my original one.
I will not sit in the middle at your party.
Perfect. Don't take my birthday seat. Don't do it.
Birthday
Don't take my
seat.
birthday seat. That's a no-no.
And then, so when you were read on where you sat at the birthday party, you need to work on your etiquette, Giselle. That's just what I'm trying. I guess that's that's what it is.
You sticking with it?
Yeah, you got to get the book when she writes it. You got to work on that.
That's not my story. My story is Giselle has her rules, Karen has her rules, and we just try to have the rules merge. They don't always merge in the best way, but we're working on it. Yes.
Well, okay, so we haven't met you on the first
I
episode.
don't come on until a bit later.
Okay, so I can't wait. Please give me the tea, girl.
What I can tell you is that I am the new kid on the block, obviously. So I do make a little bit of a crash entrance, if you will. It was not a smooth landing. First impression maybe wasn't the best first impression. I don't know if I live up to the etiquette rules that the Potomac ladies have. But over time, I think our relationship evolves into a much better place.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you are you married? Are you single?
Yes, so I'm married to an Australian man who is 55. So there's a 29-year age difference in our relationship.
Lord.
Yes, and I have stepchildren who are pretty much my age. So that's something that we've been working with over the last few years.
Girl, let me clutch my pearls if I had some.
I'm a stepmom at 27. Who would have thought? Yeah.
Oh my God, how did that come about?
Well, I actually spotted him first, and I totally sank my claws into him when I saw him. He's so charismatic. He's just outgoing. He's fun. He has an accent, which obviously is going to help with a lot of things. Things just start falling as soon as accents come out. And so we hit it off immediately. Oh my God. We have a great synergy.
Fun couple. They're a fun couple. They're fun. There is that age difference, but they're really fun.
Did any of you look at her sideways like her husband could be one of our husbands?
When I heard about the difference and all of that, I was like,
Right.
But once you're with them, they're actually fun, and you don't see the age.
Yeah.
You just see people.
Right.
So it works.
Is he coinked up? Is he?
Yes, he's a very he's a very prominent real estate developer.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What does he do?
He's a real estate developer.
Okay.
Yes, he's been in DC for about 25 years, and he's built a lot of buildings there. We can drive down the street and he's like, "Oh, I built that building. It's quite impressive."
Oh,
I know. And we just opened a restaurant together too. So that we've had that whole thing. We are partners in love and now partners in business.
Oh my God.
That presents its challenges as well, darling.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh, Lord have mercy. We could go on and on. I'm just now getting this tea. I'm just now catching this tea. I could have so many more questions about that.
Okay.
Speaking of the husband, we call him the Black Bill Gates.
I'm so glad you asked me. That is so funny. But a quick story, when I first started dating Raymond, I organized his office. And I ran across a paper where he had written a speech to introduce Bill Gates to a convention of 800 people. And he was just introducing him. And I dubbed him my Black Bill Gates. Now, my closest friends know I call him that. Right. He can't stand me calling him that. But he is my Black Bill Gates. Okay, nobody else's, just mine. Okay. All right.
So we can't call him that.
No, but I can.
Well, have you guys been there for each other through the hard times? Because I know both of you went through divorces. Yes. Talk about that a little bit.
I actually met Robin. I think I was already divorced. Yeah, you were like 3 Yes. Robin was going through hers, and
Not when we met. I was still.
we sat down at a table, and you were like, "I'm divorced today," and I was like, "What?"
I feel like that was like lunch. We went out to lunch, and I was like, "Yeah, I got some things going on." But when we first met, I was still married. I was still Mrs. And then, as the divorce was coming, and she was there for me, and I really admired and found strength in how well she was doing as a divorced woman. I mean, she was so strong and so sure in her decision, but also had a great relationship with her ex, which gave me comfort to know, you know what, I can get divorced and I can still be a great partner, a great friend to my ex-husband, and a great co-parent to my kids.
Are you guys still living together? It's the craziest situation.
So come to find out, we are connected at the hip, and I couldn't get rid of him for long. So we are. You know, Juan and I, we go way back. We met in high school, and because he lost his parents when he was a teenager, he became a part of my family. So he is forever my family. And now that we have kids together, it's a whole nother ball game. So, we will always have that connection. Now, will we have the romance? That's what we got to figure out.
Right.
I'm gonna help them with that.
Okay,
Yes.
please.
Yeah, we're calling Steve Harvey, and we're gonna have this. Who was he? A CLO?
Yes.
Yes, we're gonna have the chief love officer figure it out. Yes.
Now, you knowing them so well, do you think that they should stay together, or should she?
I think that they should, but they definitely deserve the romance and the, oh my gosh, I want to snatch his clothes off, that whole thing. So we definitely need to get that back, and we can get that back.
Yes.
Yeah, we just got to work on it. That's all.
We're the Real Housewives of Potomac,
And you're watching CNikky.com.